Dum Bo Chum Den De De Xie Xie Ba Da Chum Yang Da Ba Zu Ve San Yu Ba Dan Xia Zu Den Ba Den Ba Xie Ji Den Jian Ba Ji Wo Du Ve Ka Lo Ju La Na Me Ba La Da Me Nan Ge Dum Ba San Jie Chum Den Pe Jia Wan Xia Jia Du Ba La Jia Zi Chun Jia Ji Wu Dum Ba Chum Den De De Xie Jia Da Chum Ba Yang Da Ban Zu Ve San Jie Ri Ba Da Xia Zu Den Ba Den Ba Jie Ba Ji Den Jian Ba Ji Wu Du Ka Lo Ju Wa La Na Me Ba La Da Me Nan Ge Dum Ba San Jie Chum Den Pe Jia Wan Xia Jia Du Ba La Jia Zi Du Jia Ji Wu Dum Ba Chum Den De De Xie Xie Da Chum Ba Yang Da Ban Zu Ve San Jie Ri Ba Dan Xia Zu Den Den Ba Jia Ba Ji Den Jian Ba Ji Wu Du Ka Lo Ju Wa La Na Me Ba La Da Me Nan Ge Dum Ba San Jie Chum Den De Pe Jia Wan Xia Jia Du Ba La Jia Du Jia Ji Wu Gan Zi Ga Ni Zu Wu Jie Dan Zi Za Jian De Gong Ba Dum Bo Ne An Ne Ji Jian De Na Zhu Jie Zun De Zi Ge Ba Ge Zha Zi Lu Nam Da Gong A Zhu Du Zong Zang Wa Yi Xie Ge Zu Zi Lun Bo Dan Da Ba Ji Den Zu Na La Me Wang Gong Bo Zhong Zhe La Zha Zi Lun Zhen Zhu Den Ba Zhi Me Da Ve Xian Zhen Du Zha Wa Jie La Zha Zi Lun Du Zha Ge Zha Su Ma Ji Nyam Nie Gen Zi Ge Zha Zi Lun Gong Bo Du Jie Ji Den Ba Dam Jie Gen Den Ba Bu Su Na Yun Den Ge Zi Zi Xie Jie La Jia Zi Lu Da Ve Du Jia Zha Wa Ju Ge Ve Nga Zu Lan Zhu Jie Ji Du Den Dan Zhu Jiu Wa Xie Jiu Jie La Jia Zi Lu Zhu Na Zhu Ye La Yang Den La Fa Da Du Ra Du Ne Xin Ge Dan Ba Yun Den Den Gen De La Yang Zha Zi Lu Cha Jie Wu Ba Dam Jie La Xin Du Gong Ge Zha Nie Ji Lu De Ba Ye Nam Guen Du Chu Du Da Cha Zi Lu Ka Ma Ra Re Ma Me Dan Ju Ma Da Fu Se Fu Dan Me La Zhu Dan De Da Bu Du Jia Zon De Da Da Zon Nan De Ye Tang Jie Se Fa Ye Guo Ban Du Ne Jun Da Du De Ga Da Na Da Ji La Zhu Ve Si Be Zu Wan Zhu Wo Zhu Zang Jie Zhu Da Zhu Ge Zu Na La Chang Zhu Ba Du Da Ne Ge Su Ji Na Ge Jin Zu Jie Ve Zu Nan Ji Do La Ben Jie San Jie Zhu Bo Zhu Zang Jie Zhu Da Zhu Ge Zu Na La Chang Zhu Ba Du Da Ne Ge Su Ji Da Ge Jin Zu Jie Ve Zu Nan Ji Do La Ben Jie San Jie Zhu Bo Zhu Zang Jie Zhu Zhu Ge Zu Na La Chang Zhu Ba Du Da Ne Ge Su Ji Da Ge Jin Zu Jie Ve Zu Nan Ji Do La Ben Jie San Zhu Bo Zhu Zhen Jie Dam Jie De Wa Dan De Ve Ju Den Ba Ju Jie Zhen Jie Dam Jie Du Nga Dan Du Nga Ye Ju Da Wa Ju Jie Zhen Jie Dam Jie Du Nga Me Bian De Wa Dan Me Zha Wa Ju Zhen Jie Dam Jie Ni Rian Jia Da Ni Rave da nyula newa jo je semje damje dewa dan devya jut demba jo je senje damje dunga dan dunga ge jo dan jawa jo senje damje dunga mebe dewa dan me jawa jo senje damje nyere jada Rave da nyula newa jo je senje damje dewa dan devya jut demba jo je senje damje dunga dan dunga ge jut Dawa jo je senje damje dunga me dewa dan mi dawa jo je senje damje nyere jada nye dan rave da nyula newa jo je anza je bege jo je mendo dan ri ran li je nyen den gen ba di san je shin do me de bu wa yi zhou gu nam da xin zhen bo zhu gang de la jie gun jie du ga ni ra ba xiu zi pun de chun zi zi chi ge jie wo gun jie lo zang da se dang jie ba nen de shi zu dun ge nang ga sen de ben de jie zi la ma jie yue zong ga da lo de be so na shi zhe de ten ba jie jie ge jie shu zu shi jie zhe ge jie yue lo de dang ge za na gen zhu le jie zong cha be ba ge lam ra ze be go dun de la jia yi wong ji na zo men do dang zhi jiang du be na zo zhi xia我想一着去真家子的从那心中吃了这万不感谢多面对你早把龙啊一座明天几个给把东把送给没得着你呢有把这边所做妹妹懂得马勒着拉着秋水帮大着对月人公婆姐姐拉姐真把拉大家上把大白衣裳我姐姐拉马当把见那就管个拉跟着真正呢去到咱都姐姐把拉扫姐就给着我多大概今年早别给我的天当着我过了港边，这波只叫路上找把也天边宁波人多，早些说妹妹这边对见这日子，这面跟波往波江边样都波马了，江在上边大感觉给我组建总个把路上找边下了，所我的跑的在边老马人波见到个你个北面的熊。高天前辈过年节中的故中都给我着咱都中自拉滚多给别中个我的着心我中这边的给别我别浪上的年来给接中央都把忙就真这这老马路上找把老某个年年做我的别公家干多手边心干的，老子牛多，金个路咱们远的家做边啊些娘家着了，不在大公边都做的些这段路马街，大概den边面啊的贡献这些东西，用作都别的，咱们养别本多本多给对这给。当主别给我，就叫那些将我被把子没子领，找不有那边泡面都给那边娘当，这个那些木姐子把过，新年的个家子我中间给把干着，真的跟着那着那里，不接子没多，俺过中边找东西没多，牛多。 lo chus tu je tu pon je nyo mo de je me ve lang je je rang je nye je be nin je yo mi ze ge be so na lang do yong zo zhang ze zhang we be la jo ri ne nian do na be de be yong zo bo zo rang wang zi me ba lun zhe zhe lun zhe ga de la chu be ga zhang niu ni do zo den dang de zhe cha zhe rang zhe le chu be lu long zhe yong dang de ga wa ya zha chu be ge bon tu zhe gong de du jie gyong ba zhe do na gong bo che re zi huang she jie ge we che nga gang jie yong zo ge jie mo lang gang jie jie zhe zhen den de niu chao ba so nang do jie nie za me den de zhang chu zo zhe dong le zhe lu me den be da jia lang zhou yong zhou xiu
like every time in Himalayas, are the temples. Those are the temples chosen there. Archakas, priests, whom they love, whose prayers every day they hear, accept. That's the most important thing we need to understand. So I am grateful to all the lamas. So we seek their blessings. They have given their blessings and well wishes for our entire course. To start with, to stay protected. As they say, to stay protected in Himalayas is the most important. It's not easy in Himalayas. If you know, these temples are very powerful from the time immemorial, timeless. So people living here safe is because of their sacredness, sacrifices. Nitya, Naimittika, Vaisheshika, Vishesha, pujas that they perform. We faltered in India. We lost our culture, but the incredible nature of His Holiness Dalai Lama and his dynasty, nook and corner everywhere you go. So when they start, they chant. It's the same sound that reverberates, whether it is in Tibet or this side of the Tibet, still intact. So when the same sound reverberates across these tallest peaks, and they reflect the same spirit like that high glaciers. The souls are so pure, the volitions are so pure. You can't choose any priest in the world on account of their conduct or on account of leading a simple life or a purity. The only one pramana to felicitate them, worship them, worthy of giving anything, worthy of respecting to any extent, worthy of honoring to any extent. It is those who lead the life of purity. You show me one saint in India, I can challenge. But these all valleys, these peaks adorned by them. You can't point out one here on their conduct, on their purity, on their integrity of maintaining those technologies, the scrupulousness of implementation, execution of their soul without any expectations. We are so privileged to the Tabo monastery as always for sparing this temple where it's a board of the monastery for them, Sarkang school, highly respected monk. His dynasty continues. So, in those premises, to meditate, one should have done so many lifetimes merit for giving us this opportunity, for bestowing upon us this honor. What else we do, whatever we do, always understand it's nothing. We can't account. It is adding to our own merit only. Purnasya purnamadhaya purnat purnamadachyate. The more you give, the more you subtract, more you divide, more it multiplies. It is a place of that purity, totality. So, आप लोगों की बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. हमेशा हमको मौका देते हैं और ये जो हमको ध्यान करने की, ये जो हमको ये सौलभ्यता ने प्राप्त किया है, आप लोगों को बहुत आभारी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. हम छोटा लोग हैं, जो भी करते हैं बहुत कम है ना. हमारा दिल हमेशा आपके साथ रहते हैं. आप अच्छा रहे तो हम अच्छा रहते हैं. आपने हमारा भलाई हमेशा चाहता है. सो आपकी कृपा, आपकी करुणा कटाक्ष, आपकी दया दाक्षिण्य हमारे लिए वही प्रोटेक्शन है. आप बहुत माननीय लोग हैं. हमारे देश में किधर भी हम ऐसा महान लोगों को नहीं ढूंढ सकते हैं. आपकी कर्म जो है, आप जो कार्य करते हैं, बहुत विशिष्ट है. ऐसी संप्रदाय में आप लोगों के साथ रहना और साधना करना हमारा बहुत जन्म की पुण्य होता है, बहुत आभागी है। हमारा सांप्रदायिक तरफ से, हमारा स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ से हमेशा आपकी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और कृतज्ञांजलि समर्पित करते हुए आप लोगों को आज के दिन ये जो आरंभ किया हमारा रक्षणा के लिए, हमारा भलाई के लिए बहुत आभारी है। रम्या, हमको तो हर एक बार कोई आते हैं ऐसा करना है दिखाते हैं, ये बार सो ये जो रखते हैं हम तो नहीं रखा है, वो तो हमारा रम्या जी ने नहीं बताया। सो आप हमारा से कुछ गलती होता है तो क्षमा करना है। आपके मोनास्ट्री के लिए अपना सांप्रदाय की तरफ से लामा जी। लामा जी,
वेनरेबल गुरुजी और यहाँ पे आए हुए सारे स्टूडेंट्स का जो है ताबू में स्वागत है। और आप लोगों ने जो है आज इस अवसर पर हमें इनवाइट किया, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हम जो है आपकी लंबी उम्र के लिए और आप हमेशा स्वस्थ रहें उसके लिए दुआ करते हैं। आपका हमें इनवाइट करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। इस शुभ अवसर पर हमें इनवाइट करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर।
Jambe bao jido kempo kundo zambo de yang de yen de da kunje je so da lo ge wa de da tam je ra do ngo de sum she be ge wa dan je ge ngo wa kan la cho do nga wa da shin ge we za wa di gun zambo je je ra do ngo je gang re ra we ko re shin gang so ban da de wa ma le jo we ne je re ze wa ten jian ya so xiao bei se de ma do den yu ji an je zu la me a ku ze ra de je nang ga de le jo je ge ba da lo zong den be de me sa zong de we mun se da du ne yu ji mo la lo be ge we den ba la ku we na jo su jian su me sam zhong en be ju ba ma le wa jo den be zhe ne ji yu ji
Ramya, send them off. Help us in. So this is typical in Himalayas, fruit and these elements of the food. Without food. Ramya, you are going to clear this. Yeah, please. So they worship all elements. So they are different. So today since morning they had 3 pujas in the village. The Poo village, Lari village, oldest villages in this valley. So they come under this monastery. So any of their, from birth to death, everything, good or bad, every ritual, everything is performed by them. So it is their purity that leads these souls to be born again and again, acquire paramis. Those who don't leave this motherland. So those who wear those robes, chosen by Himalayas, even in a family, they continue to be born again and again, developing their perfections, paramis, paramitas, so that when the next Buddha comes, as predicted by the previous Buddha, so in another 800 years or 500 years, so all they will lead a great path that will stay for another 800 years. Before light goes off, it glows more. So that period is yet awaited in this first pada, Kali Yuga. 23,400 years. So all that can happen maximum is in the first 8,000 years. That is 1/3. After that, as Shakyamuni, the Buddha, predicted. So after these 5,000 years, another 1,000 years, 6,000 years of Kali Yuga, maximum 7,000 years. They have precise dates which are described in Great Kala Chakra. The period of karma, the period of dharma, when it will be the one who turns this wheel of the dharma. So those periods are very clear in the Tibetan calendar. So after that, 500 plus 800, 1,300 years from now on afterwards. And then 1,300 years plus 2,500 years, 3,800 years, then the Buddha comes. Maitreya, the great Buddha, comes. So another 1,000 years only it will survive. After that, Buddha said even his powerful mind, it could not trace any nearby the possibility of the great saint born again. The world goes into complete darkness. 5 asankhya kalpas it has to go through. If you open Atlas, it is written, how this universe forms, each period, how much time it will take to form ionosphere, how much time it will take to form each one of those spheres that protect this earth. Finally, atmosphere, even after forming the atmosphere, then how long it will take these oceans to fill, earth to be submerged, how long it will take then this water to subside, how long it will take the first species like a protozoa to be born in the sea. Again, a period of evolution. For millions of years again it takes to evolve. If you know the depth of the time, why we are born in this land, so what you are hearing, these technologies, whom we are interacting, where we are coming. So what is the destiny of the soul? What is the home of the soul, where it embraces its mother, the land of the soul? Then you will appreciate. Even in the name of the soul, what goes on in the world is the glory of the Lucifer, the soul. The glory of demon in the disguise of the God. Like Lucifer himself claims how powerful he is, but magical powers by means of whatnot. Unlike his brother Raman, very simple man like Rama, Krishna, like a Buddha. So, the majority of the spirituality today, we believe another taste. What we worship in the spirituality are so-called another form of a taste, a disguised form of a desire. Understand? So the greatly accomplished path of Vairagya, oneness that exists in the world, the commonness that exists at the core of our spirit as a human. At that level they understand. Then all those barriers of creed, caste, race, that boundless love sprouts, that boundless connectivity comes. Though you all are here, it takes time. What you can understand the depth of the dharma chakra. Is only incremental understanding grows. Every time you hear, understand. Someone in that understanding. If that Lama took 77 years, 75 years of almost his life, like a small baby Lama born in Dankar, now handling a great training centers like Guto and then subsequently entire Europe, etc. But you can see how simple. He grows day by day. How in humility they grow, how in appreciation they grow, accepting the fact what they know is very less, nothing. That's what made Naropa to get enlightened. Understand? So, we are all only instruments. I am only an instrument. So driven by the pull of consciousness, I listen to that. I listen to that call, so that opportunity is created for all of you. Those who avail, those who realize. In your place, lucky. Only that much I can say. So ocean is full of water, lake is full of water. It is up to one to realize he's thirsty. It is up to him. The lake is in front of him. It is up to him how much he drinks. So the pool of consciousness is always like that. Understand? Protecting your soul is not easy from your ego, from your thinking mind, from your intellect. Because since you are born, layers of her, understand, it is so difficult. Understand. It is the journey in Himalayas. So it's not like one-time journey. It is a soul longing. Since it's born in the form of separated from its mother, perhaps after a long time, for the first time you are coming here, somewhere a faint cry you heard and responded. How much your soul grows, how much you adore that world of the soul. It's not in my hands, it's in your hands. Coming here year to year, we should grow in connectivity, humility with our volunteers. They have been given great opportunity because many lifetimes perhaps they are the lovely children of. But still then, whatever the capacity in which we are here, it is all to grow only in humility, in that connectivity, in adoring each one of those peaks, known, unknown, those valleys. Understand? As I always say, to tune 100%, these are all like our gene basically works only on an on-off map, DNA signaling. Our system, so-called unconscious, or our chitta vrittis, it never works in analog mode, it works in digital mode, on-off. Our synapses firing to everything. It only works when you exactly tune in, when you are open. A partial or a partly, only a preparation. The day when you tune in 100%, so for sure the channel opens for you completely. That's called a pool of consciousness, that's called a protection. Whatever you say, even a trace of element of a doubt or a trace of element of lack of a faith or a trace of element of a thinking. Thinking is analog mode, it only separates us. These channels are very powerful than what a human media created, a human system of communication frequencies create these frequencies. What we created belonged to only a world of gravity, our communication system. No way they touch the field of consciousness. What makes the electron to choose which path where it is? Still no program can detect. Only is a blind man trial like many billions of the dollars poured into find one particle is far away from knowing what it does, what that particle exactly does. No way we are near to that. Still, yet we are under the delusion of worshipping this science by working for it, by name called a profession, or by means of which is a business we do or studies we do, or whatever the jobs we do. They are all in the discourse to boost our ego, nothing else. Understand? So we have to realize soul has nothing to do with any of this. It is like them. This is a continuously fourth year. He grew to the extent in that cadre, in his maturity. I have seen him one day drinking a Coke bottle. So it's all in 4 years, the transformation. He is the one who started addressing us upon hearing the fellow lamas. So he addressed us in our language. In these 4 years, have we grown? Those who have been coming. That's a question. So that's how the system is such, they grow very quickly in their maturity. In 4 years, he grew to an extent to bless us with a pure mind, with a pure volition. Understand? So, if your child is 4 years, how much he can grow? In what way our young children are growing? When you bring your children, in what way they are growing? So our growth should be like that. Every day, I only talk about that. Everything that can help us to grow in this world. You hear our voice. Every day, that boy is lucky born here. He hears that sound every day. Unquestionable. That's why in that sound he grows. You hear every day my sound. Those who truly hear, they grow. No doubt. I don't understand the sound, unfortunately. So much I can understand Pali, Sanskrit, but Tibetan languages, that's the greatness of Tibetan language. It no way resembles any of the languages in India. Perhaps it's a secret language, a designed to survive, uncontaminated. I tried sincerely. I could learn techniques out of the compassion, but I could not. Because I'm not a mountain boy born here. Isn't it? Understand. But like a cow listens to the sound, gives more milk. So I know the value of that sound. How it helped me. Surrender to the sound. It's all Shuddha Sampradaya, I always tell. It is a sound. My surrender to that sound, your surrender to my sound. Simple. Understand? It worked for me. So, this sound you hear from me, it will work for you. It is from that sound. Everything generates. Understand? To experience, that's the sound of silence. These are the valleys of silence. If any of you have walked into our studio temple, here you hear the same silence, same sound, same stillness. Anyone enters into our studio can experience the same sound. Understand? So, we have done great preparation. Many people like Rama, before even he understood great, he moved around the country, visiting the sacred places, inspired by those sacred places, those people's lives, those lamas. Then we are ready to do the meditation. I don't think again in future we will get any 21 days, not possible. But this time, some call full of consciousness. Here 21 days for a hen to hatch its egg, to come out. You are finished. That has already set in enormous amount of transformation. Understand? That's actual sacred tool of purification for your soul, what you took up. Every time you come with me here in these valleys, this is a great pilgrimage that what you took. We went. It's all blessing. Everything is arranged for us by the pull of consciousness. So now, second phase of our journey begins with the prayers of protection. The journey inside begins. It's already begun. But in terms of a formal, once the mind is like they prepare, they grow in vairagya. Then when they sit in a cave, it's no different. Mind has them, they just attain what you call as accomplish the adoption practice or adoption practice, the dhyana. That's why they are born again. So the full of conscious response to their sincere wish to be born again to serve. So we are here. Third part of the journey is the conclusion of the journey. If we are lucky, we will accomplish that too. Reincarnation of that Ishvara, Avalokiteshvara. Just a glance of him. Always understand how we prepare to go. With what volition we go in front of God is important. In any temple we go, God is the same, but how much you tune into, how much, with what spirit you go, that much you get from that God. So after this great journey inside, we'll be taking up the last part of the journey, culminating in visiting, say, a living God. On account of every deed, on account of every thought, If there is anyone living in this world, it is that God whom we are going to see. Understand? How lucky one to have that opportunity. They're all the God children. Many of them they wouldn't even meet, only in their lifetimes. But He lives in their soul, in the spirit. If we don't keep any guru like this in the world, I pray, isn't it? Because for us, of course, there is no such a personality. But here there is no ambiguity. Whether you go across the Tibet or here. Understand? So the one who lives by that spirit. So nothing in these valleys we can take it granted. Everything changes so quick. A route in which you travel, it is not the same when you travel next time. Where it is smooth, it becomes rough, collapsed. Sometimes a new road you have to come. Himalayas are only for those who live in the present to reach a destiny, whatever the way it is. There is no so-called old route exists here. Every time a new route exists. The way the life is, we convert it into. That's why there is no joy, it's called a suffering. Those in Himalayas, they know every moment of survival is a joy for them. Every moment of survival for us, it is never a joy for us. There is a huge difference. To convert that, every moment of our lingi, whether it is in Himalayas like a lama or outside, a moment of joy. This whole journey is all about. Understand? The one who never looks for a comfort, naturally grows in abundance. Understand? Whatever comes in our way, the one who smiles, accepts, adapts, appreciates. That's what you see here in every lama, every being. You could have seen that in abundance in Tenzin Tupteji or those lamas whom we are hearing, whom we are moving closely with. Understand? So, I never take. So you are coming here, or you are serving here, taking it for granted. Nor you should take. That's only the way that we grow in humility. Understand? I always tell our chief mentors, our volunteers, every time we come here, so Ramya disappeared. What happened, Ramya? This normally after the round, because when this is kept, I can't go behind, sit and do it. It's not correct. So this session is meant to be, normally inaugural session they remove it in few minutes, then we will continue our session. So what is written here today? It is a blessing for us. That's why I graciously, much more positively accept any change. Understand? So now is the time 7:30. So some of you must have finished, going visiting that temple. Unlike our temple, even in your lifetime you will not understand what is the temple. One image. I'm telling you. One image. There are 1,008 Buddhas, caricatures. Each one of them have the history. And the Tenzin Lamaji tells, this I do not know. He tells, there is so much he doesn't know. He perplexed, surprised in our journey because, as he himself said, it's the first time he is visiting. To see entirely different dimension of his learnings, he said, I grew so much in my understanding, which never existed. That's why I always say, each monastery, even in Nyingma, the 40 tradition is entirely different. Each monastery is different. What they keep is different. To understand for you, my words, understand, very difficult. Understand. So, have food. Shilpa Vedare, Shilpa Reddy Vedare fainted in the monastery inside. Lucky. So it's a very powerful temple. The only two such temples exist in entire Tibet. One other side of the shore of the Shivas river, just where we came to the holy Sangam this time. Foreigners are lucky. They could see the sacred holy union of the river coming from the Parvati, Bees river, and then river coming from China that travels along in the western direction, enters into India, only 3.5 kilometers from where you came. Gyu village, you can see up the border line, so the Indo-Tibetan border police protecting. So if you have iPhone in Gyu village, the Chinese time you have seen, because iPhone is manufactured in China. So the zone you enter into that. So that now, during our course, how lucky, the oldest Silk Route, not many people know. At 3,960 meters, that is, Shikpila is going to be opened again after a decade for the local trade during our course on the 10th. Our tradition it's not made public by the government, doesn't want to make it a public because there is a chance of exploiting that connection between the Tibet and India. So it's getting open on the 10th of this month during our retreat. Understand? So we have to send, the one who is communicating with the government is Asha. So she will go. So she will go in representing our tradition. So there's also honor for us. There's the oldest Silk Route. I told her if we have an opportunity in future, so we can, that village called Khab and Shikpila, so we can go there. So the local traders, so we can have access. There's always exchange of the goods goes on. Very close. Earlier, these people used to pass through. They have relatives. They are free to move any time, marry. They are closely related. The marriage is always across the border. But in last, maybe over a decade, it's completely closed. So it's pleasing to know that. So these older Silk routes are opening. Earlier it is closed because someone misutilized. There's a problem. Silk routes gets closed when they are misutilized automatically. Himalayas won't allow. So many things always happen. Many events happen. Only indicating they are called miracles by the pool of consciousness. The opening of Shikpila or anything. Understand? These are all miracles, these are all the blessings for us. Understand? So, have your supper if any of you have not. So visited the monastery, we will have a time that can be arranged again for those who could not make it, finish it. But as I said, it is the three-dimensional models that like in Fuktal monastery, the great Vajra Mandala, Vajradhatu Mandala, entire Nirmana Kaya is all about preparing this body. Like a highest pure stone, highest pure, highest hardness, highest pure is a quartz diamond. So the technologies of making us pure diamond, Vajra, Nirmana Kaya is. So the great Naropa, Acharya Nagarjuna, all these legendaries gave the technologies. Knowingly, unknowingly, with 100% acceptance or with conditional acceptance, you all know 9-hole cleansing technologies. Even that Lama Tenjinchi, perplexed to know what I teach, what he teaches. Understand? He said, I only purification at the Vajra level, at the chakra level only. At the whole level, still because he belongs to Gelugpa tradition. It's not part of his syllabus. Understand? I told him every day morning in our journey together. So he stays in his room, we stay in my room. So morning cleansing kriyas, I was telling them sometimes why I would go late. Understand? So he says, yes, you have already achieved that Vajra body. Lucky are your students. You must have seen how quickly even he recovers, but at the end of the day, I can see he also gets tired very quickly. many times when we offer even a meal at the end of the day, so they get tired. He says, let me rest. So they go to the rest. But next morning again I see him recovered completely. Because his technology is of 77, 75 years. But he sees amazing, each one of you, the way you made journey. He is in utter awe, admiration. He couldn't understand, he could not believe. He said, I really surprised how your group really made it. The young children to that world, like Dr. Sai Baba, is really so much appreciated, not one time. In last 2-3 days, I can't tell you. So I was explaining them what all we practice. He said, they are lucky. They have you to come in association, We are lucky to find him, that's all. It is all full of consciousness. So these mandalas are very powerful. Visiting them, glance of them. Growing in that understanding. That's why this year exclusive calendar is on that, isn't it? So every page. So that is a message to whoever receives that calendar. What an incredible technologies exist in these valleys. Every day when I look at those images, I get amazed that the rarest of rarest photographs allowed for us. We are lucky they are original ones on the calendar. No one will have that opportunity. So without even a dates, we will print a book so that it will be available in future. Those images are very rare. No one is allowed to take photograph of them. So we are blessed. A glance of them creates very powerful nimittas. How many of you every month, every day, you adore at that calendar? The deeper you know, so your adorations go. The technologies of Vairochana. Sarva with Vairochana, all knower. The three-dimensional Vairochana there. These models, these mandalas of Naropa, all they started from Tilopa. What these mandalas are, they are experienced truths. In that monastery of the Naropa. So it looks like once in 3 years they open only one day. There is one Thanka. So Naropa's Shishya, who continued the Marpa. So he has, before he left the body, what he experienced in enlightenment. Like any Thankas in the world, so in Tibet you see, they have opened it to show our Lama chains. They won't open never for any, only once in 3 years they open. So they have shown. They said we can't show it to your students. Even this much allowance what we have given is because of the purity your students have. There is a journey of enlightenment, like any Thanka depicts. How beautifully, the colors are intact. At the first it looks like image, there is no image there. But as you observe, as explained. Entire that monastery picture, how is the journey and how that enlightenment happened, each one of those images, what we witness in that monastery, is very clear. Understand? So then our Tenjin Lamaji is telling, this is what that true Thanka is all about. This is what is great Naropas and all of that. Very difficult for the people. Why this Thanka? And these mandalas, what you see, three-dimensional. To understand a two-dimensional itself is not possible. So three-dimension is easy to understand. If you have entered into domain of three-dimension means only fifth dimension is little away. So that close to you are to the pole of consciousness. So like their protectors, you have seen three-dimensional in those monasteries there, like in Phuktal. Similarly, this mandala is a three-dimensional. So other side only one monastery contains. In the Tibet, only two. These Vajradhatu mandalas are. That's why every time, every batch comes, so those lamas take time. They have all patience. They take turns to explain us in detail. You are lucky to hear from every day that those priests understand. So you are experiencing that mandala there. Entire winter. They sit there, they meditate. Those. So all those you have seen, no, in those empty seats, they just enter into that, they are warm. So entire winter they are in those. So little food they eat and morning to evening they sit. They have nothing to do. Only prayers, only japa, only meditation they do. So freezing temperatures, like yesterday night you all. So here is much more colder, isn't it? In the night. So protect yourself. So 7:45. So with this inaugural event, so your code of conduct, if you listen to your soul, how valuable your presence here for your soul. If you listen to your soul, conduct accordingly. That becomes automatically code of conduct. You grow much taller. Your soul gets benefited. So whatever you are doing, listen to the soul. Is it good for a soul? Every action you do. At body, mind, spirit level. Listen to your soul. So that excels what we lay down in writing, so-called code of discipline, etc. Understand? I went to the places only to adore my soul, to keep my soul in a high pedestal, to protect its dignity. I never allowed my soul to surrender to the ego. Ego tries to prove strong, but I can tell you it is never successful in my case. Automatically that becomes mumukshu. automatically. That's called a yoga rudha, or a seriously determined one. Understand? Each one of you, small or big, are here, knowingly and knowingly. But how valuable it is for your soul, how much you listen to it, how much you respect this opportunity, how much you adore this. If there is anything in the life, if my soul wanted, from my childhood, an opportunity like this, understand? If that is the way you think, so there is no looking back for your soul. Understand? So listen to your spirit, your soul. So conduct like that. We always create atmosphere, opportunities, like children, our children. So let these youngsters be engaged, grow in that spirit. So there's a way we should allow. It is Ajanga Tishita, you can see, little girl, jumping all around to Tilfuktal, holding that Lama hand. Isn't it the youngest one? Or there are many past 60, 70, isn't it? Here, we had a Judith in Shimoga retreat at the age of 85, 86. We have, like James Pritchard and all, in this course, like this monastic discipline, baby lamas too. So you can see senior lamas. In those senior lamas, you can see utter humility, isn't it? They have grown to that level. You will see more smile in the baby lamas. So you can see more gratitude, more compassion in those senior lamas. So let our children grow like that. So this is the platform which we created, given to us by full of consciousness, by which spirit I grew as a boy. I wish one day this, like for Krishna has been coming, staying in home, but this time he is here in the hall. Very sensitive boy. So morning when I went to his room, he was eating something. I told, it's not pramana, it's a pramada, What do you call it? Chana in India, small ones. They cause a lot of gas. When you eat, it is so tasty. But when the smell comes out, horrible it is. So all joints get completely jammed. And this boy has so much agility. So he doesn't know the boy. But so he's munching. I told him, so naturally, so I am strict father, no? So, so for a while, he is hugging his father, not looking, So this is what happens. So the children grow like that. So happy you could make it here. Some of you could not make it, Richard and all. Those who have come directly from Chandigarh. So they are lucky, they get your vibration. The 7 days merit what you accrued. Sitting beside you, isn't it? It's not that we kept them separately. No. So automatically solved. Thermodynamics second law of energy transfer works. That's the most powerful law. The Himalayas are very powerful. They are superconductors. So they can take infinity of entropy, so for us to get purified. So your every moment of journey I cherish. From the day you landed in Leh, we have been trying as much as possible. Living in the present, meeting the requirements. In Himalayas, everything is a challenge. So the trekkers create a lot of tricks, they contaminated all these local groups. So the unions and all, exploitations everywhere. So, like you could see how flights got cancelled and all. But the one who doesn't care, so that spirit in us. So in all of you, a long journeys, enduring. You grew tall in that endurance, in that travel. The last one, before you came here, is quiet, turbulent, but your spirit stood very high. So by the time you rested in your rooms, it was morning 2:30, isn't it? So, if you rested at 2:30, then our volunteers just think. So the food has to be made ready. So certain channels missed for our stage. They have to call fabricator. They have to get it fabricated. As you know, Tenjinji says this. I am always that to volunteers. There is no other go to grow. It pinches inside, but I have to be the same Tilopa, same Marpa, as a teacher, as a Shishya. I admire our volunteers. They learn, they grow. In that spirit of serving you, they always feel it's our inadequateness, sir, Guruji. Until you tell, we don't realize. So as long as that spirit exists, we grow. Understand? So we could make it everything reality within no time. So I am grateful to all the volunteers, to all of you. You took enough rest. So with the same spirit, not let going. So we continue our journey inside. Jump into the journey inside. So tomorrow, our session, hopefully we will, after your breakfast, have your breakfast tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and then go to the rooms, sleep. After you have food, naturally you have some weight inside, anything left out comes from. And then have a nap, get up, come here, have a somarasa. So 1.5 hour minimum required. So 8, 10 o'clock or at 10:30 tomorrow. So we meet for the first meditation. Relax. Tomorrow at 10:30 onwards. Kindly close, hand over your SIM cards, mobile phones. Unless you did not tell at home, you told you are going on a work. And then you have to be in touch with them. Any of those such a naughty Krishnas are here? Let me know. Whether you are a true Krishna or a bogus Krishna, we verify. So everyone says, I am that naughty Krishna, Guruji, So, otherwise, your soul will be in solace, free from any of the turbulence of those screens, Only bell. Lama holds bell here, drum here, So you hear in your morning tea, astika will be supplied in your hotel, and then followed by our supercharging, somarasa and bowel emptied. So all that avarana of the mind, so all the dullness and clumsiness of the mind, inertia of the mind. Then you awake, and then you become active. So then, every day, so a designated time. So you come to the hall. So let us see how we take upon. So we have 2-3 places to visit. Pin Valley said, couple of the lamas not available. They'll be joining after the 8th. So Dankar Lama already gave us time. 8th we'll be visiting. So Tabo Lamas also we request. So the pool of consciousness wants us to meditate these couple of days seriously, without breaking. Then we'll be visiting these places. Right. So, thank you so much. I'm incredibly grateful to you all. Incredibly grateful to the pool of consciousness and this holiness Dalai Lama, whose reincarnation still in Dharamshala, in touch with Dalai Lama. So it is his single-handed lifetime contribution, all his wealth. So this created this Sarkhang school. Understand? In this nook and corner Himalayas. So for the children to create such a facility, not by a government, how difficult. Each one of your penny, whatever you have given, enriches. This time we created those CCTVs because anything happens in this school, so they have no clue because they are under more scrutinization. So the children are becoming naughty, isn't it? So to empower the lamas, so we created whatever they ask, whatever to the extent possible we can. So we are trying our best. That's a way to support our own growth. There nothing else in the world can be a charity than this. Whatever you see, You ask our volunteers, they will tell what are all we contributed, because our volunteers actively engaged. You can ask Shashi, you can ask Ramya, they will tell what it was before, what it is after. Understand? Year to year. So it is our place of meditation, strengthening, growing. So let us continue. As I said, we are all like, they are a part and parcel of this thousands of years legacy to continue. We are all the same. Understand? Only difference is we are not born in Himalayas. But that's how rare, how incredible for us to be in Himalayas, like them, to be with them, and in their premises, to continue our journey. Nothing can be a blessing than that for our soul. Understand? So tomorrow at 10:30, your breakfast at 8 o'clock. Relax. That mobile phone won't allow you to relax. So I tell you. So tomorrow onwards, from 10:30 onwards. So let us learn to live without mobile. So mobility of the souls. Soul is always still. It is ego which is mobile. So once we silence that, so leaps and bounds of progress we make. So the bell rings in the morning, wake up bell. So don't get irritated. Oh, already it's morning here now. Oh my God. Waking up, don't ring, please. So because if you don't wake up, if you don't respond, bell sound increases. That's my instructions. And it continues. Like wife's sound to the husband. Like husband silence to the wife, So, okay. Prayer. So chant behind me. I just sit here. So at the foot of His Holiness. Namaste Prithvi. Namaste Apo. Namaste Tejo. Namaste Vayo. Namaste Akaso. Namo Brahmane. Namo Brahmane. त्वामेवं ब्रह्मासि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि त्वामेवं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं पूर्णं भवतु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामय सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कचेत् दुःख भय Shanti. 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 Sena bhavatu. Sena bhunaktu. Karavai Tejasvina Vadhetamastu. Ma Vidvishai live together like a family. May we all contribute our might, our best to shine one and all. May world shine like one family. May we not judge any being, anyone. May we ever be grateful to be always in gratitude, noble peace, that silence, that peace, the silence, that peace, that silence. Inhale, in exhalation, bend forward to the sacred foot of Himalayas, the temples, bring upon us an opportunity for us to be accepted as the children, to be here. Inhale, exhale, gently. Inhale and sit up. Keeping your eyes closed, rub your palms, hug them to your eyes. Open your eyes inside closed palms. Nicely feel the warmthness of your eyes. Nicely massage your face. Feel the warmthness all over your face, inside your closed palms. Gently open your eyes take your hands little away, glance into your hands. See your family, your relatives, who all helped you to be. Seek the blessings for them and be grateful for them, for you to be here. And wish them similar opportunities, growth for their soul. Then once again, close your hands, warm up, and hug your eyes. Massage your face, open up. Bring your arms down, free your shoulders. So let us go. It is 8:20, the time. So whatever your supper was already ready. At 6 o'clock itself I got a message. And I told them, wouldn't it turn cold? They said, it's stored in hot pack. How hot it is. You will see. It should be hot like Guruji, Or is it cold like Himalayas, So if it's not hot, remember Guruji's hotness. Then whatever you eat becomes hot. If you want to feel hot, ask them to add little pepper or little chili powder. So in my childhood, in winters, so because they are in open environment in the nights, cold nights. So I used to carry, a pickle, red pickle, mango pickle, with a lot of mustard seeds, in that. So I used to keep the pipe in the mouth of the buffaloes, and used to pour, So once you pour that, a liter of it, so gravel of the pickle, so, so full of oil, mustard, and capsicum, a hot chili, and then, so buffalo becomes, all its inertia goes away. So it gets warm, so it doesn't catch hold of any cold or any disease. So like in Indonesia, Philippines, so for the cancer treatment, so what they do is, so they keep the pipe, they pour so in India you get indigenous, so northeast, Assam, and Nagaland is very famous for small, spiciest chili, so the world rated it as the highest, top rated. There's nothing chili than that. So that goes for export, very expensive chili. Our Himalayan chili is there on our website. So that goes mostly for export. Philippines, Indonesia, maximum buyers. Not today, for thousands of years, hundreds of years. So they use that. They pour this, a dose of it continuously for 3 days, 4 days. So colon cancer and whatnot, they say, so they have evidences and so that's one of the best proven alternate treatment in the Philippines. So there the mainstream professional doctors as well can acquire, do the diplomas and understand they can combine both the treatments and do the treatment. That's why they give IVs of these extracts, capsicum extracts and all. they have evolved a lot of therapies. So a lot of Western customers go there for the treatments. So anyway, we have much more safe, advanced peptide level therapies, but trying to tell you. So chili in the intestine, it may be burning, but actually is a powerful anti-cancer, very powerful, anti-anthelmintic and many antimicrobial. Very powerful it is, So other than it might cause acidity in the stomach, that's why. So they try to directly pour inside. So they see that it goes directly into your GI tract, bypassing the stomach. So chili is not always bad. So in this environment, etc., it's always good. You must have seen in these Himalayan valleys, Pahad area and all. In everything they give pickle of lemon, and chili. So that's like any vegetable curry. So along with the bread, with everything, so here in abundance they prepare. Because in these pahads, so they grow that lemon which is naturally grows. Where you stayed, so where you came through, the route of forest, hill station kind of environment, where you made journey from. So the Manali to, you have seen how the weather changes, right? So by the time you come here they have strong spices. The garlic is different. The spice is different, very pungent. You are thinking what they use as a masala, very pungent. They are not available outside Gompa areas. So they are not as palatable like our spices. Very difficult for us to accommodate or adjust to that taste. It's very, very, so, but it is there. Way to enjoy this coolness. Naturally, they are very aromatic, very powerful antioxidants because they grow in this high altitude region. So there is so much you do not know about your design because all the trekkers and all, so they already, it is all chemical, adulterated things, Whatever is imported here, whatever comes from here cheap. So all the trekkers they feed. You can see now while going back how many traveler tempos. So how many buses in the main street. That's every day now. And then, so by morning 11 o'clock, in the morning everything is silent. And then again in the morning when you come at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, to again 3 o'clock, no one will be there. Again from 3 o'clock onwards, trekkers, bikers, then the tempos start coming. So the summer season, so to meet their needs, so what they want? I am just observing a girl and boy, maybe husband and wife. So the way she is eating those momos, her entire. So how hungry she is, So coming on. So maybe from Kinnaur to Tabo, a clip of it, None of you are eating like that. I want you to eat like that. Not even looking at the husband's face, whether he is eating or not. That hungry she grew in Himalayas. We should grow hungry less in Himalayas. So once you have our drink, so how many of you really munched those snacks given to you? No, Guruji, they have not given us, Guruji. Or they exist, Guruji? Have you given them, Guruji? So even they were given to you, you did not feel like munching because of the nutrition. Otherwise, you also could have moved your jaws like that lady. Gayatri's son, for the first time, he came for the meditation. Enjoying? Okay, dear. This okay goes on. What else we do? We are like family. Tell the mother. No, Mom, I'm so tired, Mom, so let me sleep, Mom. Okay, my lovely child, go to the sleep. Just a minute, huh? By the way, what happened to that? Mom, tomorrow I just... Who is that lying down? Wickets down, huh? It's not even started. What makes you a wicket to stand? Tell me. Okay, dear. Love you all. Admire you all. Adore you all. Now is the time. It's not in online class you are listening this. I am here. When I went to see my granddaughter, she always saw us on the screen. So when she saw us, so she's a 1-year child. So when she saw us, she's touching like on the screen, It took some time for her to, it is a real doll, now it has become live, Then she got scared. So on the screen she used to giggle and so like that she is doing that giggling, but when she touched it is not flat, no. She started crying. So are you also doing the same? Guruji on the screen.